Okay, I'm so glad you tuned to the show as it is Thursday now. You know what time it is. It's time for Vibe with Vida. And if you're new to the show, this is what I always do. I always run you down just so you get to know what it's about. This is a teen advice show, and I get to receive messages from teenagers on social media as well as the numbers that are provided on the screen. And we get to chat. I give them the best advice that I can. So apart from that, we get to interact as I give away movie tickets. Now, to the movie ticket winners, if they want to interact with me, I meet them up. We can watch a movie together if they like, or I can meet them after or before they have the movie experience. All that is done for free. And the movie ticket is a +1. So they get to choose whoever they want to accompany them to the movie. Now, also get to have local celebrities come through and just tell us about their childhood. It's always so interesting to hear how they grew up, who inspired them, and all that. So it's a jam-packed show, this one. It's really so much fun the time that I'm here on your screens. And once again, I'm glad that you could join me. Now, let's get started by getting into the first question shortly after this break.
Vida, what do you do if your girlfriend just decides to go quiet on you for no reason? I don't remember offending her in any way, but she has been very cold. I tried to call and text, but she doesn't respond. She is usually online, but just ignores me. Help, please.
You know, there's only so much a person can do. When being ignored, I'm not one who would advise anybody to try and force themselves on someone. Now, if you feel you're in a relationship with a person and from nowhere you feel you haven't done anything and they start ignoring you, that's because they found something better. That's what I always say. And I remember having this conversation with a friend also some time back. I strongly believe, if a person starts to ignore you or not pay much attention to you, then they found other entertainments, other ways of entertaining themselves. Well, to be particular, they've probably found somebody else who's entertaining them, and that's why they've got no time for you right now. Now, what you need to do not force things. If you try to reach out, you've done your best, and this person is just not willing to come in and reach some form of understanding or just tell you straight that they don't want you in their life anymore, because some are cowards. There's people who are cowards and they can't tell you truthfully that straight up that they don't want you to be involved with them anymore. They would rather just hope that you get the message from the silence, because silence does speak really loud. It does speak really loudly, and I think you should get the signal now. The signal is this person is not into the relationship. If ever like they were at some point, then they're not anymore. If you feel you didn't do anything but you're trying to reach out, when a person is interested in you, right, they're willing to listen to you even if you've done something bad to them. Now, if they're not willing to listen to you, then they're just done. That's their conclusion. They've concluded it, and you shouldn't stay there trying to fix something that's already done. If they've decided on their side, they're ignoring you. And blue ticks hurt, my goodness. Blue ticks hurt. So just try and move on from it. Do move on. Don't try and move on from it. Do move on. I'm really against others making people feel less of themselves by ignoring them, like you're nothing. If you have something to say to me, make it clear, just move on from it, honey. Move on. There's other people. There's billions of human beings on this earth. Just move on. I know it's not easy, but yeah, that's all I can tell you. Move on. That's a clear indication of red light. We're done. Sorry. Anyways, moving on. Let's get into when I was a teen. And let's check out my guest for this week.
I definitely was a rowdy teenager. Rowdy in the sense that I was very, how would I put it? I was very stubborn. I was one of those teenagers who really believed in what I wanted. So whenever I was told no, or I can't do this, or I can't do that, I was like the fighter. I was the fighter in the house, like always striving for what I want. So I was a bit wild as a teenager. My inspiration growing up. I've always been inspired by strong women, even now in my life, because I come from a family which has a very high rate of women. Like my mom has 4 sisters, I have 6 sisters. So yeah, I've always been inspired by strong women. My mom, my sisters, my aunts. Yeah, even women who are well known. Like I've always been inspired by the late Winnie Mandela, people like that. Strong women, fighters. Musical inspiration. I grew up listening. Actually, it's quite a funny story. I think this is actually how I might have started singing. My mom bought me a Walkman. If you remember those, I'm from a very ancient era. So my mom bought me a Walkman, I think when I was about 7 or 8. And the first music that I had, she bought me a cassette of Whitney Houston's The Bodyguard soundtrack and Ace of Base. So I really grew up listening to Whitney. I think I actually, like, even when I do my runs in my singing, I try to emulate the strength of her voice. So I was definitely inspired by Whitney Houston, definitely inspired by Mariah Carey. I'm still a Mariah Carey fan today. Celine Dion, Janet Jackson, all the big voices from the 90s. My favorite activity was sketching. I sketch a lot. I used to do sketches of designs because I design my own clothes. So I used to sketch a lot. That was my favorite pastime. My dad used to have to buy me like that roll, the office roll of paper, of A4 plain paper. So I would sketch and sketch and sketch and sketch and sketch. And I only used the pen, a black pen, to sketch, not pencil. So that was my favorite activity. I became popular in school after some time, but I was actually one of those bullied kids. when I was living in Nairobi, I was in high school there, and I was really bullied for a long time. But when I went on to do my A levels, I think that's when I started becoming like the popular kid in school, because that's when I was getting into singing, I was getting into acting, I was in musical theatre. So I became the popular kid in school. In fact, there was a production that we were doing at the theatre company that I was with, which required my hair to be blonde. So I went to talk to the headmistress, and I was the only student in school who was allowed to have blonde hair. So I was walking around with blonde hair for like a month, and it was so cool. And yeah, so I was the popular kid in school, but later stage, before university, just before uni. I've always been very good at making friends. I think I'm a very outgoing person, and even when I feel that someone doesn't like me, I'm kind of able to disarm them a little bit. I think I've got that likability, so I can like force you to like me. So yeah, very good at making friends, forcing myself into friendships. A crush? I had so many crushes. Do I have to elaborate on the crushes? I had so many crushes. I had crushes. I'll just leave it at that. I had crushes. A lot of crushes. I got into my first relationship when I started early. I got into my first relationship, I think when I was 16. And it lasted for 6 years. So that was early. So after that relationship was done, that's when I was like, I've been in a relationship like since 16. It's time to be that single guy around town doing naughty things. So yeah. My relationship with my parents has been very good, I have to say. If I look back now, at the time, of course, when I was a teenager, I used to fight a lot with my dad. A lot with my dad. We used to fight, disagree over various things. So our relationship was a bit strained. But I only came to appreciate, as most people do, came to appreciate that relationship when I was now in my early 20s and not living with my dad anymore. That's when I was able to appreciate him more and to actually appreciate what he was trying to tell me when I was trying to fight him. So it was, all in all, it was a good relationship. My relationship with my mom has always been good. She's like my girl, my ride or die, my best friend. So yeah, my relationship with my parents was pretty good, I have to say, pretty good. My relationship with my siblings, not bad. I get along more with the girls than with the guys. But my relationship with my sister Sasha has been like my strongest relationship. She's the only person I think who really gets me, understands me, who picks me up when I'm down, and she shouts at me when she has to. She plays mother, she plays father, she plays sister, she plays best friend. She does it very well. So she's my number one. I'm picking a favorite sibling, so I hope none of my siblings actually see this. Sibling rivalry. My sister and I used to compete. My sister Sophie and I used to compete when it came to. We were only a year apart, so we were in the same class. And she was supposed to be a year under me, a year behind me at school, but she was very, very intelligent, so she ended up being pushed forward. So we used to compete a lot in school. Who's going to be first? We would study so hard, trying to make sure that one is going to beat the other when it comes to exams. So, but I think it was 50-50 at the end of the day. We were always just behind each other when it came to school. So I used to compete with her, and she's quite a good singer actually. So we used to compete, like even with singing. I would be doing like some funny thing with my voice, and she'll try to copy it, or she'll do something with her voice, and I'll try to copy it. So in that sense, yeah, there was sibling rivalry. Considering where I am today, I hope I'm setting a good example, first of all. But I think the example that I would love to set to my generation and people younger than me is just always, it sounds like a cliche, but it's true, just always follow your passion, always follow your dreams, and that's what I try to do. Anything I set my mind to doing, I do it without shame, without hesitation. I just go out and get what I want, and I hope that that vibe is picked up by people who are younger than me and say, you know what, I can do it too. I want to do this, I'm going to do it. And always look nice when doing it.
I always tell you, whoever you want to see on the show, just inbox me and I will bring them out to tell you about their childhood. Whatever you want to know. Yeah. If you like, you can even give me some questions that you want them to be asked, and I'll give them those questions about their childhood. That is, it's mainly about their childhood, not after they're grown. Anyways, let's move on and get into the movie experience. Okay, time for that movie experience, and I'm here with my ticket winner, who's Karen, and she's from Seeing a Star is Born. Nice to meet you, Karen.
Nice to meet you, Vida. You're looking good.
Oh, thank you. So I need this skirt in my life.
You have it already. I'm bringing it for you.
Great.
Yeah.
Anyways, like I mentioned, you're Seeing a Star is Born. How was it for you?
Oh, it was really a nice movie experience. Like, I really like the movie, new movie, good vibes, especially that it's music oriented, so I like it.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
Great. And your plus one, Martha. Martha is camera shy and she refused to join us here.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed.
Why did you pick Martha to come with you today?
I actually picked a certain friend. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's the one who actually chose
night school.
Yeah, I chose night school. Everyone was talking about the movie, but she disappointed me. She came late. Yeah, I hope she's not watching. She came in late, so I just met Martha by her workplace. I was like, no, I'm going for a movie and stuff. She was like, oh, really? I like movies. That's how I come with her. It's really boring coming here alone.
Yeah, I know. It's better in the movies. That's why the ticket is a plus one, because it's better you come and see
Otherwise,
it with somebody
not that moment. The movie was nice.
The movie was nice, yeah? Now let's talk Diamond TV. What's your favorite show on Diamond TV?
Vibe with Vida and
on
the table, Shmeka.
On the table.
Yeah, on the table.
Great.
I like on the table because I actually won one of the tickets from Shmeka for the Flying Fish Party. Radio Phoenix. Hope he's watching. I'm the one.
Great. On the table this week, I'm the one who's hosting on the table this week. Yeah, Chimweka has some exams and I'm the one who's doing
you should.
Yeah. So maybe you win something again. Continue watching Diamond TV.
Win. So if you're my rival out there, better cut it. I'm having it this time around.
Okay, let's start with you, Karen. It's great that you enjoyed your movie.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Okay, so that's the movie experience. Remember, if you want to be a winner, you know what to do. I'll see you again on the other side. Aha! Now the cinema is so nice, isn't it? And watching things on the big screen, amazing. Now, if you want that experience, you know what to do. Well, you've already started. You're already on your way by tuning into the show right now and watching Vibe with Vida. So yeah, stay interactive, and we could be together at Kinako Cinemas Manda Hill watching a nice movie while eating some popcorn. Oh, we can link up after. I don't know what happens, but yeah, I'll give you that ticket and you choose whom you want to go with. Now let's move on and get into the last message.
Hello, how are you? Do you think I should take up studying from outside the country when I finish school? My uncle said they can sponsor me to study from anywhere I want, and I'm still thinking whether I study here or I travel abroad.
Wow, you really are a patriot. Eh? Do you even think twice about it? I know a lot of people. I mean, even myself when I was in high school, and friends would be given the option of studying when done with high school, whether they'll study from outside the country or study here. Nobody, I think even I was one of those people that just thought, oh, I'd rather study from outside. Like, I don't even need to ask anybody else. If somebody asked me to make the choice between studying in the country and going to study somewhere else, it was always, oh, I want to go out and study from abroad. Yeah. So for you to ask, it's great that you're trying to check other institutions in the country as well, because they're well able to they're well able to educate you as well as good as the institutions outside. Well, I do know, yeah, somebody's probably saying, Vida, but it's better to go abroad and study. And yeah, well, yes, there's certain things that you can't study in this country, you just have to go abroad for. So it's all dependent on the course maybe you want to take up. So if it can't be offered here and you feel it is absolutely necessary for you to travel and go study outside the country, go for it. Go on. But it's also good, I guess, to explore the world. When given that chance, just make sure you come back here to work. Come back and work for your country. You don't run away and go and work from the outside. No, you come back after you study. Come back here. Let's make the money here. Let's develop our country together. Not attaining knowledge and living it that side. You know what I mean? Yeah. But at the end of the day, you do your research. You can study from outside the country and go to these community colleges. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? It's better an institution here. So yeah, just do your research on the course and which institutions will suit you best. We've come to the end of the show. I'm so glad you could join me for this episode. I'm looking forward to next week for more excitement and more interactions through the week. Of course, it doesn't just end here on the show as we get to interact. If you want to reach me, the details are on the screen right now. I'm very interactive. As long as you're not just waving or poking or just saying hi. If you go straight to the point, we will chat. You want to ask me something, we will chat. I'll respond. I always do. It's only the highs and the hellos. Anyways, yeah, that's goodbye for now. I'll see you again next week, so you keep it diamond.